Hello and welcome to Camp Xbox. Many games from the 6th generation are still stuck on those consoles, especially on the original Xbox. Fortunately, we have seen an increase in the accessibility of original Xbox games over time. Today, I have some games that were released for Xbox and are now playable on Steam. Not everyone who watches the channel has an original Xbox or any easy way to play these games outside of emulation, which Xbox emulation isn't perfect. I've tried to mix obvious choices with some lesser known games so that you might see a new game here today. This is not every Xbox Steam game by a long shot, and there are plenty more. Please let me know if you'd like more lists like this. All footage was captured from a PC, and I'd like to thank my YouTube channel members for their support. But let's go ahead and hop into this one. First on today's list is Jade Empire, which was initially released on the Xbox in 2005, but later made its way to PC in 2007. This game was published by Microsoft Game Studios and developed by BioWare. I limited myself to one BioWare game today, and Knights of the Old Republic gets a lot of love, so I had to go for Jade Empire, which more people should play. This is an RPG set within a universe created by BioWare, based on Chinese mythology, which goes into the plot, characters, and music. This was when BioWare was at its prime and developed some incredible stories in gaming. In this game, you play as a spirit monk and you choose a crew. You all team up against dark forces that have kidnapped your master. A basic premise, but is fleshed out through excellent character writing and lore building. Conversations are long-lasting and have an impact on the plot. This is a game about morality, and your choices will affect the game's finale. If there is one reason to play this game, it's to experience this world. Yet the combat is not bad either, and I was surprised by how much fun I had with it on PC. I've only ever played this game on Xbox, so at first it was a bit odd. You move with WASD, but all your combat is with the mouse. You block and hit by clicking the mouse buttons, and you can change your fighting stances pretty easily. It's intuitive and it works well with the real-time combat. The combat is all martial arts themed, and the mix of fighting styles and moves is part of its charm. I feel like the mouse controls do handle it well. The look is excellent for this game as well. It looks clean on the PC and the world is gorgeous looking. For its time, the details of the world come through beautifully and the lovely colors pop. On PC, it's as clear as ever to look at, and the experience of starting it over again on PC made me want to go back through it again. Jade Empire is a special game for me, and I hope more people will check it out. I've brought it up so many times on this channel, and I don't plan on slowing down. This game is not only available on Steam, but it's also on GOG and is backwards compatible on modern Xbox consoles, so there are a lot of ways to play this one. Let's talk about something different with Metal Wolf Chaos. This was an Xbox exclusive developed by From Software in 2004. It was a Japanese-only game as the American version was cancelled, yet it had a lot of word of mouth due to the absurd nature of the plot. That cult following led to it getting a remaster in 2019. It's available on Steam, but also on PS4, Xbox One, and GOG. It was great to see a localized version of this game that was readily available, and it now makes this Xbox exclusive to Japan even more accessible. In this game, you play as the president who is controlling a mech. Your vice president is taking over the country, and you must use your mech to bring back freedom to America. You travel from the west coast to the east, fighting off bad guys. It's a simple and silly plot and really leans into the absurd. It's every American cliche wrapped into one with amazing nonsensical lines.
Gentlemanly landing, sir, befitting only of a U.S. president.
The gentleman in me goes off the clock at 5 p.m. And now I'm gonna take America back!
This game is a laugh-a-minute type game, but that's part of the fun. It's a joy to play and listen to the wild dialogue throughout it. This is a mech game where you travel to multiple American cities, and there's nothing I love more than a game that travels across the states, changing the environment and look for each level. Each level has a mix of goals for you to take on, and you have a whole mix of weapons. You'll shoot, blow up, and ground pound everything you see. This is an action-filled game and it feels non-stop. Although, like most From Software games, it's not an easy one. You must conserve ammunition and be cautious everywhere you go. What I like though is that the controls are fairly simple, making this feel arcadey. There are fun elements where you can craft new guns for you to use with the currency you gain in levels, and you can get better and better weapons. It's an entertaining mix with the gameplay, and overall, the game is pretty quick. However, I never have an issue with a short game as long as everything here is substantial and engaging. I think you can come to this game and have a good amount of fun with it just on story alone, but the insane action will keep you in it till the end. This is one well worth checking out.
Has infiltrated the garden of a big mansion.
Mr. President, the fuselage damage rate is over 70%. It looks to me like all you've been doing is googling at those lovely homes.
Next is Sudeki. This game was released exclusively for the Xbox in 2004, but saw a PC release in 2005, with eventual releases on Steam and GOG. I do have a full review of this one if you're interested, but I don't think it's a perfect game, but it is a fun one. I also know many people who absolutely adore this game, and I think it's always great to see older games become widely available, which allows more people to get opinions on it. This RPG was developed by Climax Studios and had been developed for a long while and eventually made its way to the Xbox, and it seems many people picked it up just because of the cover. In this game, you mainly play as Tal, a soldier in a fantasy world. You, along with a few characters, join up in a party and work together to save the world. As you progress, you level up your powers, gain supernatural ones, and you do normal RPG stuff. This game doesn't really reinvent the RPG, but it doesn't have to. It exists in a nice world to explore and has a fun combat system. It's all real time and everyone plays in their own unique ways. With Tal, you use your keys to do different melee hits, and you use those to make large combos. Yet with Elko, you use a gun and he shoots in first person at enemies. I like that the combat can deliver a nice bit of variety. Not only that, but this game looks solid on the PC. The bright colors of the world shine through, even though there are some extreme and violent deaths. I like that the brightness and happiness of the world doesn't mean the game can shy away from adult themes. Exploring this world continues to be a lot of fun on the PC, and it translates well. One thing I must say to you is that when you play this, listen to the music. If there's one element that has stuck with me the most since beating this, it is the fantastic soundtrack. It's incredibly serene and beautiful. This is another Xbox RPG on today's list that translates well to PC. Although the Xbox didn't have as large of an RPG library as its contemporary, the PS2, I still think it had some amazing and unique RPGs. Sudeki has some issues in my mind, primarily with the bad voice acting, and I think the story is weak overall, which is crucial for an RPG, yet I still recommend it. The gameplay is handled exceptionally well, and the characters are still memorable to me, with it being a little bit since I played it. It's a fun one and easy to play on PC.
Those that stand before me die.
Next is one of my favorites with Shenmue 2. This was developed and published by Sega and had an interesting road to the Xbox. Originally released on the Dreamcast, it never saw a North American release on the Dreamcast, although it was available in Europe and Japan, meaning when it came to Xbox in 2002, it was an American Xbox exclusive. Luckily, it would not end there. This game, along with the original, would receive a remaster in 2018 and be released on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam. So you got two games packed into one, including the one on the Xbox with Shenmue 2. Overall, I like the first one the best, but the sequel captures something unique and special, and both games are an experience unlike any other game out there. Shenmue 2 takes place right after the first one, and Ryu ends up in Hong Kong. He's on the hunt for his father's killer, but Shenmue is all about the other things you tackle along the way to get there. Ryu fights and takes on enemies with quick-time battles, though it's not really an action game. It's more about exploring and taking in the city. You go around asking questions around town to find answers to different things with some incredibly questionable English voice acting, but that's part of the fun.
Hey, you! Wanna try a match?
Not right now. I don't have money.
Darn, are you sure? Alright then, come back when you have money.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I love that the remaster doesn't try to overhaul anything. The controls for walking around, picking up objects, and taking on part-time jobs remain the same. It feels like the same as usual, but I wouldn't want Shenmue any other way. I love walking around the dense city full of shops, games, and people to talk to. If you like games where you can just explore openly and take in the world, that's what Shenmue 2 is built for. Throw in some incredible musical compositions, and it's a game that captures mood well. Not necessarily the most groundbreaking game, but something that can only be defined as Shenmue. It's a game I can't call perfect. The controls are odd and the voice acting is rough, but it has ambition. There's nothing I love more than something ambitious in gaming. This feels huge for the time, and it's a great one to explore. It's something truly special, and it's a great creative concept with a huge budget. I think this is an essential gaming series that not everyone will love, but I think some of you will adore it.
Excuse me.
Next up is Halo Master Chief Collection. This compilation first came to the Xbox in 2014, but came to the PC in 2019. This includes Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2, both original Xbox releases. Though on top of that, you get Halo 3, Halo Reach, and Halo ODST from the 360, which are also excellent games. Yet for this one, we're just going to talk about Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2, which are part of this group. Both of these are among the most important shooters of all time, and rank up there as some of my all-time favorites. Halo Combat Evolved is a game that I return to often and is an essential Xbox game in my eyes. This game defined the Xbox and made it the success it is today, with massive expansive levels for the time and some fantastic level design. Levels like Halo and Silent Cartographer offer so much in scope and action. I love the Covenant and all the variety they bring as enemies. It's one of those games that feels extremely smooth to play on controller, but also on mouse and keyboard, and continues to be a blast. Though this is a port of Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, which was from the 360, though you can play on the original graphics mode, and elements like skulls will not pop up in this mode, and it gives an authentic feel. There is multiplayer for the first game as well, but this is based on the first Halo PC port, so there are new elements there like flamethrowers put into the mix. However, Halo's campaign is still there in all of its glory. This one is perfect for online co-op with a buddy, and it's incredible that it's available on Steam. The same thing can be said about Halo 2, which is part of the package. There is Halo 2 Anniversary, which cleans up the game, but at any time you can switch it to the classic graphics. As a side note, I wish more remasters allowed for this on-the-fly graphics change. One of my favorite parts of these games is just switching between the new and old graphics and comparing them. Much like Halo 1, Halo 2 is what defined the Xbox, but through its online capabilities. Here you get multiplayer for Halo 2 Anniversary, but also regular multiplayer from Halo 2. On top of that, you get an excellent and interesting plot, going for a dual protagonist style. The plot feels enormous, and all of the levels set on Earth are outstanding. New elements like dual wielding and new enemies help make this feel like an upgrade, and this one is an awesome one to return to. Master Chief Collection is one of the best packages in gaming, and I highly recommend picking it up if you haven't. Let's get a little odd and talk about Oddworld Munch's Oddysee. Launching as an Xbox exclusive in 2001, it would eventually see a Steam release in 2010, along with releases on numerous consoles as well as GOG. This and another Oddworld game, Stranger's Wrath, were released on Steam, which I won't discuss Stranger's Wrath today, but I highly recommend that one too. Munch's Oddysee was a launch title for the Xbox, and staying true to its name is a weird one, but I like it for its originality and fun world. In this game, you play as two protagonists, Abe and Munch. Munch is part of a nearly extinct race, and he has been kidnapped. He eventually escapes, and that's when he meets up with Abe, and they join up to help Munch and his race. It's full of weird and ugly characters that are creatively distinct from anything else in gaming. The world built out here is silly and creative. One thing I love about this game's move to PC is that its look is cleaner, but the original feeling is still retained. Some Xbox games feature unique looks look, with strong trees and lush greens with environments that are handled exceptionally well. I think this is one of those games, and when you play this game, it feels like an original Xbox atmosphere. That's the only way I can explain it. The gameplay is nothing normal though. With Munch, you move a lot in water, and you can save little fuzzy creatures, using them to do tasks as well as saving them. With Abe, you control large mobs, and you have them complete tasks around the map and attack enemies. In both roles, you're more of a leader commanding others, and you aren't the action hero. It's unconventional, but I think it wouldn't work otherwise. I believe this is why some might struggle getting into this game, but I think it has a really interesting appeal. I think it makes sense to put games like Half-Life 2 or Morrowind on today's list, but I wanted to show off more games like these. Oddworld was a game only available on the Xbox for so long, and it's such a unique experience. Xbox is more than just Halo. There are so many cool, different games like this, and it's fantastic that it's easier for people to play them, ensuring the legacy of a great console endures. The final game on today's list is one of the more obvious choices, but I can't miss an opportunity to talk about Fable. Fable first came out in 2004 and was a much-hyped Xbox-exclusive RPG, though it would later get the Lost Chapters expansion on the Xbox and a PC release the following year. It's now available on Steam, and we will be discussing the original release today. However, a remastered Anniversary Edition is also available on multiple consoles as well as Steam. I have stated many times here that Fable is one of my all-time favorite games. It is a game that, to many, was killed because of its overhype and dropped promises. Yet, I existed outside of that bubble when I first played this, and it blew me away. It still remains a very replayable game to this day, and it is an excellent choice for anybody. In this game, you play as the hero. Your family has all been murdered, and the Heroes Guild has saved you. You take on a quest to become a hero and try to solve whatever happened that fateful night. But you also take on good or bad deeds for everyone around the world of Albion. Fable is a game that's focused on the themes of good and evil. You make choices throughout the entire game, and those choices will shape your appearance. When you are good, the more angelic you become, and when you're more evil, you grow giant devil horns. It's a bit silly, but that is the tone of Fable. Fable has a tongue-in-cheek attitude with jokes everywhere, and the townspeople will spout silly lines. I will never change my hero name from Chicken Chaser just because of how much I love townspeople saying it. Mix this into a world with a beautiful atmosphere. The world of Albion is gorgeously designed with some wonderful music. On the PC, it looks excellent, and I do love the ability to pull the camera out a bit more and see more of the world. It runs great, and the mouse controls are well done. It's a simple action game, and I think it transfers to PC quite well, especially with things like the bow and arrow, where aiming feels excellent on the mouse. I had never tried the PC version before, despite owning it physically, as well as this and the Anniversary version digitally, and I thought it was great to give this one a shot for this video. If you own it, give this one a playthrough.
But being good is so boring. Wouldn't you prefer to be smashing things? Come on, there's still time before he gets back. Oh, you're no fun at all.
Be sure to put in the comments below what your favorite was today or any recommendations for another list like this. Leave a like as it really helps me out in the algorithm, subscribe to keep up with more retro Xbox content, and be sure to check out my second channel, Camp Extras, for more gaming content. And I want to give a huge shout out to my YouTube channel members. Thank you so much for your support. You really help out the channel, and I'll see you here next time at Camp Xbox.